Thank you, Alan. Good afternoon to everyone. Uh, I just want to bring to your notice that India's the geospatial ecosystem is not very young. It started almost we have an oldest the mapping agency, the Survey of India, which is 256 years old, this year's, and we have other the agencies, but the real impetus came with India's national remote sensing program, which came in 1987. And after that, that India has a very vibrant geospatial ecosystems with the private sectors coming and participating. But if you see in the post-COVID world, the focus is on that how this geospatial, the data and the informations can be utilized for the human socioeconomic development. As actually any of you have, if you have attended the second UNWGIC, which India hosted in Hyderabad during the last 10 to 14th October, the focus was enabling the global village, no one should be left behind. And with that intention in mind, India has brought this the National Geospatial Policy, which is a citizen-centric policy. It talks about that the entire geospatial ecosystem strengthening. It had, based on a geospatial data guidelines, which was, in the 2021, it was promulgated. Then, if you see about that, all of it, it talks about that how, what is the India's, the vision and the goal to develop a coherent national framework, availability, enabling the easy availability of the geospatial data, and the geospatial thriving in industry, and want to be a global world leader and the world player into the global geospatial space. So in this, the focus of this, the Indian geospatial policy, which was announced in the last December of 2022, as you see that it is in alignment with the integrated geospatial informations framework of a UNGGIM. And also it has the national aspirations of the self-sufficiency, the data and the ICT infrastructures, also catalyzing the innovation, capacity building, ease of doing business, democratizations of data, and standard as in big, the engine for implementing it. So in these directions, I just want to share with you that what's the Indian experience. India has a linkage with the OGC. We are, like the Department of Science and Technology of Government of India, is a principal members of the OGC since May 2004. In OGC Technical Committee, Planning Committee, meeting also jointly organized by the DST in IIT in 2013. We have a strong linkage also with the ISO. India has a mirror committee of LITD 2022, TC 211. And it has the sectional committee of LITD 22 was, the constituted in 2011-12, and we have till now around 9 meetings. A set of 12 standards have been adopted from, the national standards based on the utility in establishing the national spatial data infrastructures and the state spatial data infrastructure data nodes. And we are eagerly waiting for the ISO TC 211 next meeting in New Delhi, and which will be in the India Habitat Center from during 4th to 8th December 2023. Though my colleague from Bureau of Indian Standard, Mr. Ashish Tiwari, will formally invite you on Friday, but I welcome you to Delhi. And if you look into that, these are the 12 standards what we have adopted inside in India. These two, which are highlighted, are indigenously developed, but these IS 16439 is in adoptions from the ISO 19115. The remaining one also have been adopted, like the 16544 is a metadata exchange standards, which is indigenously developed, but the remaining one having is basically adopted from the, the ISO standards. So what are the outcomes, and the impact has happened because of these adoptions. Because of the adaptations of these geospatial metadata standards, the clearinghouse of the national spatial data infrastructure has been built up. Like now it is available nationally, and it's in the digital space, so it is internationally. We have organized the Interoperability Day, the GML Relay, and the DST OGC Plug Fest. So we have a strong OGC partnerships. There are the provisions of the web-based map and feature data services, that is WMS and WFS in different, the federal and the central government, the agencies. Also, the National Geospatial Data Registry has been operationalized at a pilot scale with 6 organizations taken as a pilot for a cloud-based geo platform for the data lifecycle management, using also the UAV data. There is a strong interest of the industry for supporting the standards, so that's a good news. Topographic data model, the harmonizations meeting had recently been organized by using the ISO and the OGC standards. The data content standard, this is a very important thing what has happened in the India in type of in the standard operationalizations. It has been internalized. The ICMA standards is an Alpine or the unique land parcel in the ID nodes, and this is like going to be as you know, like in India, like in the unique identifier of the human, of each of the citizen unique identifier is there. We call it the Aadhaar number, and this Alpine going to be the unique identifier of each of the land parcel, and this will have a huge impact onto the total the land market of India. There is the domain knowledge alignment, that in terms of the, like currently in the topography, geology, and the soils, with the request of the, the IT-based standards of the ISO, GCBIS are for data sharing has been added on development. But there are challenges. There are challenges in terms of the non-availability of the experts in the training modules, where we want to collaborate with the world, especially what we are seeing here in this meeting, like with Korea, with the other, the US and the the Europe and the other parts of the world. Adopting domain-based international standards to legacy in the data sets of the central and state agencies, and the development of the standards which are required for the collaboration, consensus, and the certifications for that. So what's in the future in view of this, this National Geospatial Policy 2022? You can see here, like as I have already told, that the LITD 22 is there, the Bureau of Indian Standards, like which is the secretariat for that, which operates very proactively. We have 12 the Indian geospatial standards have been promulgated. And there are 3 sectional panels on the data content on geology, soil, forestry, and the leader in the land resources are almost in the operations. And this, you can see here, there's 14 themes. These 14 themes have been identified as a part of the geospatial data content development as a part of the policy. And different ministries have been given the responsibility to coordinate. So in order to develop a standards towards that, we have constituted around the 8 to 9 internal committees at the national level in collaborations with the BIS, like where it will consist of the academia, the researchers, the young professionals, and the operational ministries, so that the focus here is on not only the standard development, but how the standard deployment and the operationalizations can be made. The idea is the development should go in hand with the the deployment of that, so that the role of the standards in catalyzing the socioeconomic, the scenario of the country gets very strong, and I believe like that will be the focus of our coming TC 211, the meeting in Delhi, and I really request you, like we are looking for the partnerships, your experience in doing this, the implementations and how really to like they test these different standards and how you confirm to that, so that those experiences we want the both way sharing, and we want to learn from that, so that in this the implementations of the geospatial policy, the standards can work as the real the mitochondria of that. Thank you very much.